Hello, my name's Keely Robertson and I'm the face behind Hooking Love. Today we're going to look at how to make the crab stitch as a border and it's also known as the reverse single crochet. I've just edged this piece of work which I'm pretending is a blanket, and now what I'm going to do is do a crab stitch. So this tutorial is going to be for the crab stitch. So what we'll do is we'll get started and we are going to chain one just as we would in any normal stitch that we're going to do. Now, instead of going forward, we're actually going to be moving backwards, which is going to feel really alien. So you just sort of have to, I don't know what the word is for it, but just keep going. So you're going to go into the last single crochet you made, which is this one. So you're going to go through, you're going to grab your yarn, you're going to pull it through, and you're going to have 2 loops on the hook. Now it will start to feel like it's twisting and it's quite funny, and that's fine, that's exactly what it will feel like. So you're going to pull through both loops. Then you're going to go back into the next one, pull the yarn through, and pull through both loops. And into the next one, pull the yarn through, and pull through both loops. And that is the crab stitch, or the reverse single crochet, you'll hear it called. So it isn't a particularly difficult stitch, although it is like classed as an advanced stitch, but it does feel a bit funny, and if you're not careful you can start to get your bumps a little bit incorrect. Now hopefully you can see that what this then gives is this almost like a wrapped over edge, a slightly bumpy edge. So I shall continue to the corner. I'll show you what we're going to do in the corner, because of course the corners are always the trickier bits, aren't they? Grab some more yarn. So you don't want to do the too tight either. You know, leave yourself a bit of looseness to allow the stitch to be able to move around. Otherwise it'll start pulling on itself and sort of puckering slightly. I think it just gives a lovely finished edge. That's just a little bit different, has a little bit of texture. And I can imagine if this was a blanket for a small child, along with the lemon peel stitch, it gives a lovely texture to it. However, I know not everybody likes it, but I suppose that's the beauty of crochet, isn't it? We can choose what we want to do. It doesn't always have to be the same. Okay, so 1, 2, I've got, right, what I'm doing, I'm just working out where my middle one is. So that's the first one. This next one's the middle one. So within this middle one, I'm going to do 1 crab stitch, 1 chain, and another crab stitch. So I want to make sure I'm not pulling my chain into it. And the reason behind that is the chain will help to get around the corner, because otherwise there'll be too many crab stitch, in my opinion anyway, there'll be too many crab stitches in that corner. So we'll carry on down this side and I'll do another corner at the other end so you can see what I'm referring to again. You can see why the crab stitch is an ending stitch rather than one that you couldn't make a stitch within the crab stitch. I'm sure somebody could, to be fair, but it would be a lot of messing about, and certainly if you are in my group and you're a learner, then the last thing you want to do is trying to find how to do it there. So that's my first one, and I'm now going into the middle section in my corner. So again, we're going to do 1 crab stitch, 1 chain, trying to just keep that away from the centre a little bit. I'm going back into the stitch and doing 1 more before moving on again. So let me just do a couple and then we'll have a look at these corners. So by doing it that way, what we're doing again is we are producing 1 crab stitch for this side, 1 crab stitch for that side, and then you have the chain, which is then taking it around the corner. So hopefully you can see that both of those have given us a corner, not necessarily the sharpest corner, although I probably would look to block that if I wanted it to be really sharp. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on. I'll finish this and then we'll come back. Okay, so I'm almost at the end now, and I'm just coming to the corner section again. So I've just gone into the first, just double checking, yeah, just gone into the first one. So I'm going to go into the corner one, chain 1, make a stitch, and then I'm going to go into the last stitch, make a stitch. Now I have to join it. Okay, now I am going to join it. This is, I need to be able to see. I'm going to be joining it to this section here. So this section here. So I cut my yarn up. Sorry. Just hard to get into the right section, sorry. So I'm actually going to go so where the first sort of knobbly bit is, I'm going to go under and just behind that, and then I'm going to yarn through. Nearly losing it. Let's just do that again. So knobbly bit, I'm going under that stitch, grabbing that yarn through, and then I'm going to pull it through. So I'm only slip stitching it on. It's just the way that it holds it that makes it that bit more difficult. There we go. Okay. And then of course we've got all the ends to sew in. And there we have it. Obviously there's the ends to go in, but hopefully you can see how effective that little edging is, and how nice it is on that piece of work. As I say, whether I block it or not, I'm not sure. I think the edges look okay, if I'm honest. There we go. So that would be the whole of the blanket, should you be making the blanket. Okay, hope you enjoyed it.